Welcome back to the channel. For anybody who's new watching or don't know, my name's David Barber. Channel is Cardigan Bay Fishing Adventures, as you know, because you can see the name of the channel. This is a project I've been doing for way too long. I used to have a small boat. If you go back through my videos, you would have seen the smaller boat, a blue open boat. We got this boat, which is a Pilot 520. It's very similar to a Wilson Flyer. It's just got less chines down the side, but it's a very, very similar looking boat and similar design. What I'm doing is a full rebuild on this boat. Originally, that was not the plan. Originally, I brought the boat, the deck was soft. I was going to replace the deck and get out fishing on it. I ripped the deck up, stringers was rotten. So we ripped the stringers up, transom was rotten. So as I've dug deeper into this build, in the end, it's been stripped bare. It's the way this boat was, it's going to be easier to go back to a bare canvas like I have. It's taken way longer than I expected and way longer than I wanted it to take. When I brought the boat, I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was middle of the year-ish, maybe August time. It would have been, I can't actually remember, you know. I think it was around August 2021, maybe, somewhere around there. My plan was to have it done by Christmas, ready for this season. We've just finished now, basically. It's not happened. You can see the boat's not even anywhere near. Work, family, all sorts has come up, redundancies, loads and loads and loads of things have happened. So the boat's just sat here doing nothing. There is videos on the channel of doing the boat where I've stripped it, pulled the engine off, sanded it all, starting to like basically get where I am now, grinding all the old stuff out. There's still a little bit of, well, say grinding, but flap disc, a bit of flap disking left up the front. There's a lot to do. There is a lot to do. If you break it down into sections, look, the transom job, say it'll take 3 or 4 days. Putting the stringers in the deck down, say that takes 3, 4, 5 days. You break it down, there's probably 4 or 5 weeks of work to get it back to being a boat, which is not too bad. But fitting it in with work, family, kids, all of that, it's pretty difficult. It is not easy. Anyway, I will do a quick walk around the boat before I leave today, just to give you an idea of where the boat's at. For the people who have been watching the boat rebuild, nothing has changed. I've done a layer of fiberglass on here, just to cover all the holes that was in it. You would have seen the holes if you watched the rebuild. We've got part of the 18mm marine ply there, cut out. There's a template here. I did have a friend come up, a carpenter friend. I do the carpentry work, I'm not as good as him. He come up with a really clever way to get this template bang on, and it's a really perfect fit. It's spot on. My plan is today, behind me here, you can see I've got 9mm marine ply. This part of the transom here, you can see there, that part's dipped in. So on the back it sticks out, and this is the part where the engine bolts on. I think it's obviously been designed that way for a bit of extra thickness in the centre for the engine to bolt to. Quickly I'll tell you, because I don't bore you. The centre of the transom is going to be 9mm ply first, level it out, then there's going to be 2 layers of 18mm ply. So that's quite thick. You've got 36mm here. That doesn't include the Gravicol bonding paste, which I'm going to be using to put the layers together. It don't include the fiberglass layers themselves. So if you think about it, total, I think it's 45mm of pure marine ply that's in this. You could be looking at maybe a 50 to 55mm thick transom once it's complete, with all the fiberglass layers in between, because once I've cut this out, it will be fiberglassed to seal it, and then that will be bonded to this, so it'll be squeezed together. I do have a little issue with that. I don't know how many people will actually watch this video, but let's just say 500 people view it. That's 500 brains, which I could do with your input. This transom is just the skin, obviously. I've ripped it all out. As you can see, it's flexible, it's moving. When I start putting the layers of ply into here, I need to compress it together. What do you feel is the best way to do that? I'll go through a few ideas I've had. I just wanted opinions, really. Someone might come up with an idea, which is a good idea, and I'll use it. But I'm just looking for opinions, basically, ideas, or even someone who's done it before. What way did you do it? Drop it down in the comments below, let me know. My plan, there's 2 ideas I've got. When I come to bond these bits of ply in, I may drill holes straight through, which I don't really want to do, but I may have to, and basically use metal plates, 2 or 3 mil thick steel, probably that wide, metal strips, put one this side, put one this side, and bolt it through. And I'll probably do it, probably 3 or 4 there, 3 or 4 there, 2 or 3 in the middle. Another option I have, as you can see there, we've got one piece of ply cut out. I could put the piece of ply on the outside, and then when this wood's in, screw through into it, if that makes sense. The reasoning behind this needs to stay flat, and I don't want any air voids in between the layers. If you've got air voids, it's like a real bad weakness. It affects the strength. You cannot have air voids. So as you can see, that transom should probably be there, if you know what I mean, the skin, but it's sagging because there's nothing there. So once I start getting the layers in and compress it together, the skin will pull itself back in to the ply. 18 mil ply is a lot stronger than this. So this is flexible, that isn't, and that is flat. So when they're compressed together, it'll be a nice, perfectly flat transom with no air voids. What's the best way, in your opinion, to do that? To squeeze these layers together? Let me know. I could clamp the top, get clamps all over the top of it, that's not a problem. It's just further down here, and lower. I need a way to compress it all. Anyway, today the plan is 9 mil ply, get this cut out for this centre part. If I was an absolute pro at carpentry, what I'd like to do is cut this centre part out and this together, this shape. It looks a bit like a, I don't know, a bit like a bull I suppose, with the head there and the horns out here, because it'll be one piece. I'm not that good, so what I'm going to do is cut this piece out, probably come up the sides here, and then I'll work out cutting these pieces so we can have these in and these in. Once this goes in and these goes in, I will be fiberglassing over the top of it. It may be 2 or 3 layers. I'll be using cross strand matting, and it's basically 1708, that's what you call it. Rather than cross strand, it's squares basically. It's a lot stronger, it's structural glass. So that's what it'll be, a layer of cross strand, a layer of 1708, a layer of cross strand, a layer of 1708. The reason why you stagger them, 1708 will not bond to 1708, I believe. I'm not a professional at this, but that's what I believe. So you need the cross strand, then 1708, then cross strand on top of that, and 1708, so you get better bonding. As far as I know, well, you can see here, this is technically the 1708, this stuff. If I go on top of this now with 1708, you'll have bonding issues. I think it laminates, I think it comes away. I may be wrong, but that is what I've read, and that's what my research has told me. So anyway, once that's in, we'll be fiberglassing it. Once this section is level with this section, I'll be putting in the 18 mil ply. That'll be bonded to it. Same again then, we'll glass on top, and then the next layer will go in. Once the next layer goes in, that will be tabbed in all around the boat. The well, which I've got just off camera to the side, the well will be going back in, and it will all be fiberglassed and tied in together with the transom, the floor, up the sides, and down the hull, basically. So yeah, I don't see the point of me videoing cutting this wood out, to be honest. Some of you may want to see it, some of you may not. I'm literally going to be using this template on top of it, draw around it and cut it out. So that's going to be going on there. I'm going to be using the bottom part of this template just to give me the rough shape of the bottom, and that is literally it. There's nothing exciting to see. I will get the camera now, do a quick pan around of the boat, just so you can see where it's at, because it has been a while since I did the last video. Not a lot has changed. Well, nothing's changed, to be honest. I've got a little dilemma up the front end, which I'll talk about now. I could do with input on that as well, to be honest. I think I know what I'm going to do, but just opinions, basically. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? I personally think what I'm going to do is a good idea. Someone out there might say, no, I wouldn't do that if I was you. But yeah, we'll have a talk about that now. So I'll grab the camera now. We'll have a quick walk around the boat. I'll show you what's been done. If you've not seen the rebuild yet, you'll get to see what stage we're at. Well, we're at the back of the boat here now, obviously, as you can see. You can probably see better here now, that sticky out bit on the transom, look. Right there and up there. So this is the reason why I'm using 9 mil ply. I won't go into too much detail on it because it's a bit boring, but this thickness here, this drop is 12 mil. So when I put the 9 mil in, a few layers of glass, it should bring it up to 12 mil nicely. As you can see inside of the boat, All of this has been flat disked, everything has, all up the sides, all across the hull. Plan is I'm using Celotex for stringers. Celotex is not structural, it's not strength, but I can glass over it. It basically gives me a mould. That's going to be the plan for the stringers. All of this floor will be re-glassed again, maybe another 1 or 2 layers. You can see we've got the Celotex stuff over there and everything. On the outside of the boat, on the outside, as you can see, it's all been sanded and prepped everywhere. There's a few areas which are going to need attention and repairs. Just like this, right here, bit of damage. But obviously this is one of the reasons why I've gone so deep into this build. The hull still needs doing, but once the transom's done, I'm flipping the boat over so we can get to that. It's all fully sanded and ready to go. As you can see over this side, right here, there was a piece of wood angled in there like that. What I found behind there was loads and loads of water. You can probably see the marks on there from where the water was sitting. I was doing it the same. I was going to get a piece of marine ply back in there at that angle and fiberglass it. My other idea now is to use straight pieces of wood, a bit like shelving bracket if you want to call it that. Like a triangle shape of wood in there, another one there, another one there, and another one there. This is what I want your opinion on. Do you think that's a bad idea, or do you think it's a good idea? Basically there could be, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them, something like that. Reason why, it'll give strength back to the top, because that top piece moves up and down. It'll give strength to that. It'll be really, really strong, but it's also not an enclosed space, it's open, so water can't get stuck in there. What's your opinion? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? We'll walk around the other side of the boat quickly to show you this side under the camera. As you can see on that side, that piece of wood is still in. I've cut this side out, but as you can see, it's flexible, so I stopped, because I was going to cut all of that out as well, but once I realised it was supporting this, I don't want it all going out of shape, so I left it. So that's a job that we need to do pretty soon with the transom. That one will be cut out, and I'll be doing it the same as this side. Do you think I should put it back the way that one is? A slope, which has got a void in there. It's basically a big open void, which could fill with water again in time. Or should I do my other idea? Basically straight bits of wood, fiberglassed in. So yeah, that gives you a little bit of an update on the boat. All the tyres and everything have gone flat on the trailer and everything now. It's been sat for so long. But yeah, when this is all done inside here, this is all going to be fiberglassed and fiberglassed up there as well. All the sides of it. Basically it's all going to be, I've took a lot of material out of here, so what I want to do is put it back in. All up the sides, up to there, will be fiberglassed. It's absolutely freezing up here today. My hands are like seizing up, it's cold. So that's my plan anyway today now. I'm going to cut out this wood. I'm not going to film it, I don't see the point really. Be a bit of a boring video. But it's a bit of an update for the boat, so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to get this cut out, the 9mm ply for the middle, and then at some point we'll be back up here cutting more. That's the other part of the transom that's been cut out. The top's not been trimmed up yet, but we can trim that up. But as you can see the shape on the bottom, it's perfect. My friend who came up here to give me a hand, he did an amazing job with it, which I can't thank him enough. He probably don't want to be named on video, and he doesn't want to be on camera, so that was the reason we didn't video it. And the other part that a lot of people are asking, as you can see here, there's the cuddy at the bottom, there's the fly bridge, and there's the well. All of this is going back on the boat. A lot of people have said, why have you got rid of the cuddy? Why have you got rid of the fly bridge? I haven't. I've just taken them off to do the rebuild on the boat. They are going back on. So yeah, the cuddy's there, fly bridge there, the well is there. So yeah, that gives you an idea of what the boat is like at the moment. If you've watched the previous videos, you'll see it's not really changed. Nothing's really any different. All that's probably different is this, but I think I may have videoed this. I'm not 100%. I think I did. As you can see, I've just shown you the fly bridge, the cuddy, everything like that. It is going back on the boat. It's just off, so I've got room to work on it. So yeah, this is going to be like a bit of a boat update, I suppose. Not really happening, not much is happening. Just cutting a little bit of wood. When I start fiberglassing the wood and bonding it in, I will record that. I won't leave that out. Thank you for watching. If you didn't mind commenting with the transom or the bits at the front, please do. Please let me know your opinions. I would really, really appreciate it. It may change what I'm doing. It may change the way I do it. It could really help. Like I said, 500 brains or 1,000 brains is better than one. So Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.